Hey students, and welcome to week 5. So we've completed week 4 and we are already in February. So this week you're going to be going over chapters 9 and 10. Let's see. Which are developmental theories, life course theory, which is one of my favorite, latent traits and trajectories. Then we have interpersonal violence and how it affects criminality. We see this a lot with our female offenders and juvenile offenders. And then your assignment for your project this week is going to be turning in your project sources. So let's look at that. Let's make this a little bit bigger for y'all. So what you need to do is you need to turn in a reference sheet, and then basically it's almost like an annotated bibliography where you're going to have 5 sources that are scholarly sources. You will want to use, if you can, sources that are no more than 5 years old, okay? The library has those. You can use Google Scholar, but those need to be in APA format. And then you're also going to need to write underneath of them like a paragraph. It doesn't have to be as big as an annotated bibliography, which would put you at 150 to 200 words underneath your citation. But you're going to have to highlight why you are using this source. Why are you picking this for the theory that you chose? And let me find here if I can find an annotated bibliography just to kind of tell you. I think I showed one in my APA video, but I'm going to go ahead and find another one to show you. Okay, perfect. So it'll kindly look like this, but you can just label it references or sources. You're going to put the journal article or the book you're using. Don't use any websites, don't use any Wikipedia, don't use a blog. And then underneath of it, you're going to summarize the article or the source, and then you're going to say why you're going to use it. So for this one, the study indicates that the need for services is greater for people who have been jailed or in prison, that are more barriers for treatment for those participated from released jail. So this one is talking about mental health and substance abuse services for men and women during community reentry. Okay, so you've got your source, and then you've got why you're using that in your project, okay? So this is a really long one, I think 22 or 23 pages, but as you can see, as you're going down through there, it's going to look similar. So here's an article on the diagnosis of the disease of despair, which is that we're seeing really more prominent in the Appalachian area with our females, more diagnosed from 2009 to 2018. So it's looking at who those are and how we approach the disease of despair. So remember, whatever topic you picked for your paper, you're going to have 5 scholarly sources in APA format, which looks like this. Remember, you're going to have the authors in alphabetical order. They look like this: last name, first letter, or maybe there's 2 letters, first and middle name. Then you're going to have the date that it was published. You have the journal article name in lowercase or sentence form. And this one's a little bit different. It has a date of 2009 to 2018 because that was the year of the studies. And then you're going to have the journal article name, and that is italicized. You have the journal article, the periodical probably, or the edition. And then, of course, we're going to have the DOI, Okay, so it should really look in that format. All of these down through here are going to give you the same concept, okay? If there's a colon here or semicolon, then it's sentence form. The word behind that is also capitalized, okay? So make sure it looks something like this when you turn it in. I'm not asking you for 25 pages. For you, it should be 2 to 3 pages, okay, total. You're going to have 5 sources. You can probably get 2 to 3 of those on one page if you're just writing a small paragraph of why you're using those, okay? Let's see. That's going to be due on Sunday, the 11th. And if you have any questions about the sources or if you can use those sources, go ahead and email me. I don't care to look at them. Just a standard measurement, though, is peer-reviewed scholarly journals are always accepted. I like them within the past 5 years. So statistics are old once something's been published. It normally takes about a year or two to get a journal article published, so we know that those dates are even older from whenever they started writing that. You can use your book. Okay, you can use other books if it's an ebook from the library, something like that. But government websites .gov, so like the FBI, CIA, the National Institution of Justice.gov, things of that nature, but do not submit news articles or just Google sites with no authors, no reference of what year. Make sure they're valid sources for this week, okay? So we are in week 5, which means that we are on the second stretch here. Our last day is March 3rd, so kind of keep that in mind as we are going down through here. You will have a couple more assignments, and then this last week is when that final project is due.